today I am 32 weeks pregnant, and everything is just going so crazy fast, and I gotta tell you, there is so much I have to tell you about this week. It has been so insane. So first off, baby is the size of a honeydew, and I actually chose an orange honeydew because they are actually a bit larger than a regular honeydew, and I thought I gotta get at least a little bit closer to his actual size because every week it's just the craziest fruits and vegetables, and they don't really usually match his weight or size, so I thought I'd go with this one for this week. Okay, so for symptoms, I really haven't had a lot change this week, but I have had a few symptoms that I thought had gone away come back. So like heartburn has been back a little bit, and I actually have been getting really bad leg cramps again, which isn't fun. So, and they're just kind of random. I don't know, they're not fun. They're pretty painful. So, and then I'm still not doing very well with my sleeping, and my rib pain is still pretty bad. But other than that, I haven't really had any new symptoms, and I haven't really had anything too terrible or crazy. So I kind of think of that as a blessing. Some things that have changed as far as my body is that I know I mentioned that I have that stretch mark on my boob right now, and I actually got a comment last week there. Someone was like, why don't you just show us? I'll tell you if it's a stretch mark. And I can't, of course I can't show it to you because it's like right there, kind of weird spot. But it has grown a bit. I think last week it was probably about 1/4 of an inch, and now it's probably about 1/2 an inch. So I put like coconut oil on it like every single night, but I don't know if there's like any stopping or anything. And as far as my weight gain, I actually am feeling really good. It was starting to like go up pretty quickly, and now it's starting to slow down a little bit. I hate that whenever I do my bump dates, I do it at night, and so that's usually when you weigh the most. And so like I think right now when I weigh myself in the morning, it's like 144, 145, kind of bounces around there. But then like tonight I went to measure for the bump date, and it was like 148 and I was like, God, that's not true. So I think right now I'm at like about 20, maybe 22 pounds total weight gain, and I feel really good about that, so that's kind of exciting. Okay, so I had a doctor's appointment this week with my high risk, and she just did like a quick cervical check, which everything is still really good. But she also checked the baby, and they measured him at about 4 pounds and 4 ounces. Of course, that's, you know, you can give or take on both ends there, but he's getting so big. I was like, 4 pounds? Are you kidding me? He could like double that. Oh my gosh, what if I have an 8-pound baby? I started like totally panicking. I don't know, I guess he's just getting so big, so that's really fun. The biggest news I had to tell you guys is, actually, I gotta thank you guys, because last week I had kind of talked about my appointment with my doctor and how it went. And I think that a lot of you guys could see that there were some issues that were definitely raising some red flags for not just me, but for obviously everyone. Some things that he says are just very outdated. My doctor he's old school kind of guy, which isn't a bad thing. He's very nice, but he just has a certain way of the way he does things, and it's hard when someone like me who's like has like a more open-minded theory about birth and stuff, and he's not quite there on my level. And so everyone's like, you need to change doctors, and I was just like, how am I going to do that? I'm 32 weeks pregnant. There's no way I can change doctors right now. But then I just started thinking about it, and my biggest thing is like, okay, so I changed doctors, and what makes me think that there's another doctor out there who's going to be more open-minded? Unfortunately, this area that I live in, although it is California, a lot of the doctors in this area are just not very open-minded. And so I started trying to think, okay, well, it might be possible to change doctors. And my biggest thing was trying to figure out how it would work with like the insurance, because I've been paying him this certain amount that would go towards my deductible, and it was really confusing for me. But after calling my insurance, they explained to me that you're totally fine and that I can easily switch to another doctor with no problem. So I started thinking how I was going to go about this. And so this idea that popped into my head was to ask a doula, maybe one of the doulas in my area who has helped women give birth in hospitals with many doctors, and see what doctor they recommend, and that, you know, the one that they feel was the most open-minded and had a good grasp on, you know, a really good experience with birth. So I called a doula, and she honestly was like, I cannot give you one OBGYN in this area who is good, other than this one person who was like 2 hours away. And I was like, oh, that's not going to work. She's like, it's really hard. They're just doctors. That's what they are. They don't have, the theory, the same ideas as we do. And just those simple things like skin to skin or the way we want to birth. They want to speed up that process of birthing, and it's just not how I wanted to do it. I wanted to have a really natural and enjoyable birth, and so she's just like, honestly, I can't really recommend you a doctor. She said though, she's like, but you should think about this one hospital that, although is an hour away from me, they actually have in the hospital a birth center. So you wouldn't know that there's a birth center inside the hospital unless you knew. But she's like, you should see if that's covered under your insurance. So I was like, okay. So I found this hospital. It is an hour away, but they have this beautiful, amazing birth center in the same area as the hospital. There's midwives, and it is like totally coming together. My main thing right now at this point is that I'm trying to figure out if I can be eligible, which I spoke to the head midwife there and told her like my whole history and everything, and she really feels confident that I will be eligible. And of course, we have to be established. I'm 32 weeks right now, and they have to see me before 34 weeks. And so there's all kinds of different processes that go along with switching doctors, and it all has to be done before 34 weeks. So I'm on this little ticking time clock, and so I'm getting really excited though, because I think that I may just be switching my care to a midwife, which I never ever thought would ever be possible for me to do. And I'm switching to possibly giving birth into a birth center. And I still feel really, really safe because I'm in a hospital. So if anything were to go wrong, I would be either right across the hall from labor and delivery if I needed to be transferred, for any reason. And a C-section is right there too. If that is necessary, I can, obviously go right across the hall to a C-section. I just feel so much better, and that I feel like if I were to have a C-section, I would be okay with it, because at least at this point I know that I did everything possible to avoid it, and that my doctor didn't push me into it because of, for whatever silly reason that he came up with. I really am just getting super excited, and I feel like at this point I'm just not comfortable with my doctor, and it really does just come down to that, is that I just don't feel confident in him, and I don't feel comfortable. So no matter what, I need to switch doctors. It's really what's necessary. And although he never once was rude to me, and he never said like, no, that's absolutely not happening, he was willing to work with me, he just said a lot of things that just were frustrating to me, and I just don't think that we were on the same level, and it just simply does come down to the fact that I just was not comfortable with him. Another really cool thing is that for this entire pregnancy, I have been considered a high risk. But I do have to say that I was high risk because I was at a higher chance to going into preterm labor. And at this point, my doctors really feel like I would not be considered high risk anymore. As long as I reach that 35-week point, then I will not have to deliver in a high risk hospital. As long as I get to 37 weeks, I can actually deliver in a birth center. So I feel really, really good about that. I feel like this is a really good choice for me and Oliver, and I'm really just getting so excited and really starting to feel so much more positive, and can't wait to get to the birth. I just can't wait to have him here and get to have just this amazing moment with him. And so I'm just getting really, really excited. And actually another really cool thing is that when I actually talked to my doctor about my decision, and I was so nervous, I was just like, oh no, he's gonna be so mad at me. He said to me, I actually believe that this is probably the best decision for you. I don't think that the hospital is gonna be able to do all the natural things that you wanna do. And so he actually supported my decision and completely just agreed to it. So I was just like, oh my gosh, that's so awesome. I just feel like all the doors are honestly opening up. And I think that's a big thing for me, is if I feel like I'm getting tons of roadblocks, I start to feel like this is obviously not meant to be. Everything is just totally opening up for me, and I feel like I'm doing the right thing and I'm following the right path and I'm following my heart, and I'm just really, really getting excited. I hope you guys are happy about that, because I know that everyone was just totally going crazy, like, why? This guy is crazy. What are you doing with him? Why is he your doctor? And so thank you guys so much for kind of opening my eyes and letting me see that I could switch doctors, and letting me actually realize that by doing a little research, I was able to find so much more out. So I owe you guys a huge thank you. So, alright, I'm going to go ahead and show you guys my belly. Okay, so here is the belly with my shirt down. If you're wondering, yes, this is the shirt I wore to my Mother's Day video. Shirt up. This shirt kind of put some wrinkles on me. If everything goes right, we are giving birth in a birth center, and you guys are all going to be there with us, so I'm so excited. And then I want to let you know that my baby shower is actually tomorrow, so when you guys are watching this, I think that I'm having baby shower at this moment. So if you want to see what's going on at the baby shower, you can actually subscribe to our daily channel and watch it on there, because that'll be up Sunday. And then also I'm doing a really special video to kind of really showcase some main things about the baby shower that'll be on this channel, so you'll probably see that also on Sunday. So check us out on the daily if you want to, a little more personal view of the actual baby shower, and then a really cute video for the baby shower will be on this channel. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know it was a lot of details. So much has changed. It's so crazy. I can't believe it. I'm 32 weeks and I'm like totally stressing, like, are you kidding me? I'm switching doctors, I'm switching hospitals, I'm switching everything, but it is also really exciting. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, like that like button, I guess, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye! Okay, here's a little baby kicks for you. Can we stop